Hello and welcome back to Road TRIpVIA. This is episode number 316. Today's category is the U.S. President James Garfield. This is a 20-question trivia quiz. It'll take 10 minutes to complete. If you enjoy this format of trivia, feel free to subscribe to the channel. We post new quizzes just like it every day around noon Central Standard Time. So give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and good luck on this quiz. Question 1. In which U.S. state was James Garfield born? The answer is Ohio. Question 2. After campaigning for their anti-slavery platform in his home state, James Garfield entered politics as a member of what political party? The answer is the Republican Party. Question 3. In chronological order of the presidents, what number is James Garfield? He was the 20th president. Question 4. What was the name of the ship that James Garfield served on while he worked on the canals? The answer is the Evening Star. Question 5. Garfield appointed one man to the U.S. Supreme Court. What was that man's name? The answer is Stanley Matthews. Question 6. 16 years after the first, Garfield became the second sitting U.S. president to die how? The answer is he was assassinated. Question 7. Named after his father, what was James A. Garfield's middle name? The answer is Abram. Question 8. Who did Garfield marry in 1858? The answer is Lucretia Rudolph. Question 9. How many children did James Garfield and his wife have? The answer is 7 children. Question 10. Due to his time as a clergyman, what was the popular nickname for James Garfield while in office? The answer is the Preacher President. Question 11. During what war was James Garfield a Major General in the U.S. Army? The answer is the U.S. Civil War. Question 12. Before transferring to Williams College, James Garfield attended what college, formerly called Western Reserve Eclectic Institute, in his home state of Ohio? The answer is Hiram College. Question 13. What popular inventor devised a metal detector specifically for the purpose of locating the bullet lodged inside President James Garfield? The answer is Alexander Graham Bell. Question 14. Who is the only president that served less time in office than James Garfield? The answer is William Henry Harrison. Question 15. Vowing to only serve one term in office, who served as U.S. President right before James Garfield? The answer is Rutherford B. Hayes. Question 16. Garfield won the Republican nomination in 1880 by defeating what man, the 18th Commander-in-Chief, who was back seeking a third term as president? The answer is Ulysses S. Grant. Question 17. What was the name of James Garfield's vice president who took over the office after Garfield was assassinated? The answer is Chester A. Arthur. Question 18. Garfield was shot in the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Station in Washington, D.C. on Saturday, July 2, 1881 at around 9:15 a.m. by what man? The answer is Charles Guiteau. Question 19. After being found guilty, the man who killed James Garfield was executed in what manner on June 30th, 1882 at 12:40 in the District of Columbia Jail? The answer is hanging. Question 20. Besides Abraham Lincoln and James Garfield, what other two U.S. presidents have been assassinated in office? The answer is William McKinley and John F. Kennedy. Alright, that is it for today. Thank you for watching this episode of Road TRIpVIA. Subscribe to the channel to be reminded of when the new trivia quizzes come out. You can check back every day around noon Central Standard Time. That's when we post them. I think that's it for today. See you tomorrow.